when everything is said and done, is the great work that he did at Missouri, both as a coach and as a player, is overwhelmed by what he's done with Coaches versus Cancer, and bringing it to light, getting it started, and always being a part of it. You know, when there's a Coaches versus Cancer deal, and Norm's health allows it, he's there. And he is the father of Coaches versus Cancer. At the end of the day, no one else can have that title.
Well, a good friend of mine, again, people, came to me and said, I've got an idea. Said, but I need somebody that's got some visibility. And so his name is Jerry Quick. And Jerry said, here's what I want to do. And I'm thinking about this. And I said, this is a no-brainer. I just lost my mom to cancer. I just had cancer, so let's do it. It took us about 4 or 5 months, and we started a program called 3 Points. You get people to give money for every 3-point shot you make. We made $250,000 in about 5 months with hardly any publicity, anything. Just got people, friends, everybody to give a little money, and that's where it all started. Then we took it to the NABC, the National Association of Basketball Coaches, and they adopted it. And today it is the only charity that the NABC recognizes. Now the others, an individual may have something that's charitable, but it's the only one recognized by the NABC. And to date, I think we've raised something like $150 million.
Here I am, I've spent all those years at Missouri and then come to Oklahoma, and it was the trip to Oklahoma to play the Sooners when Coach Stewart got sick. Flying from Columbia to Norman.
Top 4 or 5 basketball teams, 2 of them are going to play. I get on the airplane, and in those days we flew 2 fairly good-sized aircraft. Today they just fly one with the whole team, but we flew a couple of smaller airplanes. I almost always got on the airplane, depending upon the game, with the reserves. If it was a certain game, I didn't want to make anybody nervous. If I want to make them nervous, I get on a plane with them. I'm talking about nervous about playing. That ball game, I elected, I believe, to get on the team. I didn't want to make anybody nervous. We were rated high. It's going to be a heck of a game. I think we won there the year before or the year after, whatever. And on the flight, then I didn't realize it, but I had a bleeding ulcer. And as we got into altitude, I pass out.
I remember where I was when I got the call that Coach Stewart had been rushed to the hospital. And during that time in examining what was going on is when they discovered cancer. And how in that particular game was one of the real notable games in both Missouri and Oklahoma history, because of it was this well-played game, as you would ever see. Both teams were fantastic. And I know they were playing for Coach Stewart.
I'm in the hospital, and I'm watching the game, and we jump out to a big lead, huge lead, and maybe 20 points. And Billy gets on there's a call made, and in those days, again, and it might be this way today, if the hometown is causing too much of a commotion, the head coach of the hometown gets on the mic and asks people, please show your respect. Do not throw anything on the floor. And so the official went to Billy, and they were the crowd was very raucous, and he went to Billy and said, make the announcement. Billy got on the thing and says, regardless of how bad the officiating is, don't throw things on the floor. Johnny Overby was the official, and that's the T. He gave him the technical. That turned everything around, and they came back and they won the ball game.
I think it was tough on the team, and it was tough on the staff. And I think the one thing that he showed our guys was, you know, you get an unfortunate incident. I mean, he's in the hospital, he's recovering, and I think they got to see, you know, the reaction. I think Norm always had a great saying. He said, it's not what happens to you, it's your reaction to it. And he would use that all the time with our players. And I think to this day, I think guys always remember that kind of a mentality. You know, you're going to have misfortune. You're going to have something happen. But how you react to it and how you come out of it's going to be, you know, the answer that you're looking for.